What's up, my dudes? This is Mouse of Fairy Tales, and I am back on Hype Week Day 3. Let's get it, my dudes. Let's have a look. Last Epoch, Season 3, Hype Week Day 3. Release is 8 days away, I guess. Just over a week, my dudes. Welcome to the Season 3 Hype Week Day 3. For all of you Acolyte fiends, this one is for you. So grab a femur or two and follow us into the darkness as we get into the new Lich and Necromancer changes coming August 21st. Let's go, my dudes. New Lich skill. In Season 3, Lich gets a new skill to take on the field with Flay. Flay is a new melee and spell attack skill hybrid that is specific to the Lich Mastery and becomes unlocked at 30 points invested in the Lich passive tree. When you use the Flay skill, you will first Spirit Step a short distance towards an enemy if you aren't within range, and then perform a narrow rending slash. Each enemy killed by the melee attack will release a blood eruption, a spell dealing physical damage in an area. Enemies can be hit by both Flay and blood eruptions that occur. Hold on a second. So this is like it's like an AoE, but it's also a dot. So it's an AoE dot, right? An area of effect damage over time skill, right? With built-in movement to close the gap on your foes with no cooldown, you may find yourself stepping through the shadows, rapidly eliminating foes like flickers of light in the night. Bro, I like what I'm reading. Okay, so is this gonna be like the animation here? Yeah, okay. Let's have a look at the animation. Bro, that looks nasty. Oh my god. Flay skill tree nodes. Flay's core functionality allows for a number of playstyles already, with movement, melee, and spell components. The tree also allows for specialization into the initial melee attack, the blood eruption, or both for a truly hybrid build. Let's take a look at some of the options you'll be able to find in Flay's skill tree to customize it to your style. Okay, so let's have a look here. Deadly Plot. Everyone likes scaling methods, and with Deadly Plot, you will obtain the ability to scale Flay with your mana pool. For a small additional mana cost, Flay and all skills triggered by its skill tree deals 5% more spell damage per point per 100 maximum mana. This includes skills which have their own skill tree, such as Rip Blood and Chaos Bolts, so long as they are triggered by Flay's tree. Okay, so let's have a look here. Deadly Plot. Flay and all skills triggered by its skill tree deal more spell damage per 100 maximum mana. Okay, but the Flay has additional mana cost. Okay, so apparently, like, Flay is gonna have some nodes that you can take that's actually gonna trigger other skills. Bro, is this like linking? Like skill linking in Path of Exile? Bro, this is interesting. This is really interesting. Yeah, we should have actually blown it up. I'm sorry, my dudes. Here it is, like, blown up for you guys. This is, yeah, a bit bigger picture. Okay. Transference. Okay, that's the next skill here. When hitting a boss or rare enemy with Flay's melee attack, your active aura of decay can be transferred to be centered instead on that enemy for 6 seconds. Okay. While the aura is attached to the enemy, the Lich can move away from the area and no longer be harmed by the self-inflicted ailments from aura decay. Okay. Interesting. Aura of Decay transferable to boss or rare enemies. Okay, interesting. Okay, damage conversions. Damage types are a critical part of any skill, allowing synergy with like-typed skills. Flay by default is a physical skill, though it offers the ability to convert damage types, allowing synergy with more skills, items, and passives, depending on how you want to play it. Bro, I like the deepness of this. Okay. Corrupted Blood. With Corrupted Blood, all bleed chance from all sources is converted to poison. Poison doesn't have a hit component, so you will still be hitting with physical damage while stacking deadly poisons on the enemy. Oh my god. Yeah, bleed chance from all sources is converted to poison chance. This node has no effect if Soul Ripper or Frost Blight are allocated, okay? So we have to make sure not to allocate Soul Ripper or Frost Blight, I guess. Bleed converts to poison. Okay. Is this the Corrupted Blood here? Animation? Okay. Frost Blight. Lich is also getting more access to cold damage, with Frost Blight converting Flay's base damage to cold, and bleed chance from all sources to Frostbite. The cold touch of death indeed. What? Interesting. Bleed chance from all sources converted to Frostbite. This node has no effect if Soul Ripper is allocated. Okay. Interesting. Physical to cold conversion and bleed to Frostbite conversion. Okay, interesting. Soul Ripper. In the mood for flesh melting? Yeah, let's do that on a Wednesday. Soul Ripper converts the base damage to Flay, the base damage of Flay to necrotic, and all sources of bleed chance are converted to damned chance instead. Okay, interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. Executioner's Tithe? Tithe, right? Flay will also be introduced with a special new unique from one of our long-time community supporters who goes by the name of Heavy. Many of you know that Heavy has been a big part of our community since our early days, contributing to the Bees Friends Community Guides program and the Community Tester program, as well as being highly active in the community, helping fellow players. Shout out to Heavy. Salute. Executioner's Tithe was created as part of our old design and unique supporter packs that were available in our early days. While we are currently offering this tier of supporter pack, they are not currently offering this tier of supporter pack. We love seeing the community's unique ideas and working with the community to bring new and exciting playstyles to Last Epoch. If you have ideas for unique items, make sure to head over to our suggestions forums and let us know there. Alright. Following up on Death's Embrace, Executioner's Tithe is the second unique from Heavy Design with the Acolyte and specifically the Lich in mind. Okay, so what does this do actually? Okay, plus 46 melee necrotic damage. 114% increased melee necrotic damage. And also 118% increased minion necrotic damage. Crit strike chance. 50% of added melee damage on equipped weapons applied as added spell damage for chaos bolts. Converts direct casts of Harvest to Great Harvest, which has a 5-second cooldown, deals 150% more damage, and has 50% more area of effect. Gain 1 stack of Spirit Battery when you kill an enemy, or when you hit a rare or boss enemy. What the heck is this? Okay, so Spirit Battery grants 2% increased mana per stack and lasts for 8 seconds. 2% of your maximum mana restored when Great Harvest kills an enemy. 22% of your maximum mana restored when Great Harvest hits a boss or rare enemy. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so that's a serious tithe right there. Or sight, I guess. Granting added damage from melee damage to Chaos Bolts and several lines calling out Harvest, it may not be immediately apparent how well this item fits into Flay. With strong hybrid damage support, boosts to mana, and mana sustain, this weapon offers near perfect strength for synergizing with Deadly Plot and Flay's spell triggers. How about that? For the item's background, we will actually let Heavy describe his thoughts and intentions behind the item. So when I started, okay, so this is Heavy's words here. When I started to brainstorm this unique, I had two primary goals in mind. Enable a hybrid melee and caster playstyle, and give an ability a cooldown for more potent offense and utility. My most played game, Marvel Heroes, did offensive cooldowns and a lot. And even though Last Epoch tries to avoid them for the most part, I wanted to give that feeling of harvesting an entire mob pack with one button press. Screen goes boom, my dudes. Screen goes. On top of that, I always liked when mana is more than just a resource that you empty and refill. But if it actually benefits your character, the more you have from it. So I tried to combine this with the new opportunities that Flay provides to create a possible new archetype. Mana Stacking Lich. This goes hand in hand with the theme of collecting the souls of your slain enemies, and really underlines the sinister history of this weapon. Bro, give us this type of information on the freaking uniques and like some directions. I mean, obviously we want to kind of like figure it out, right, ourselves, but at the same time, it doesn't hurt to give someone's like, or to know someone's like ideas and thought about an item. Really, really interesting, my dudes. I really like this. Skill changes. In Season 3, Acolyte is seeing a large number of changes across the base Acolyte, Necromancer, and Lich masteries. This includes changes to Harvest, Death Seal, Dread Shade, and more. Today we will be showcasing one skill from each of the base Acolyte class, Necromancer and Lich. Many more changes and updates are coming to the Acolyte in just 8 days. Bruh. So this is just a taste. It's tasting good, bro. So far, this is tasting good. Okay, so the Rip Blood. Rip Blood is seeing a very big change to its base functionality. It now hits all enemies in a line in front of you instead of targeting a specific enemy. Each enemy hit still creates an orb of blood that returns to heal you. Bro. That's cool. Yeah, just look at this. In a line. All enemies in a line. And you know, like the freaking, like the orbs that comes back to heal you. Bro, that's really cool. Okay, what's this? Bloodbound? When you directly cast Rip Blood and hit a boss or rare enemy, it attaches a blood tether, dealing physical spell damage over time. Bro, EHG has been cooking. Bro, they have been cooking. Blood Bond causes Rip Blood to attach, yes, a blood tether when you hit a boss or rare enemy. With this, blood tether has also seen a fairly significant buff. While not a strict sub-skill of Rip Blood, Blood Tether is also getting a facelift in Season 3. Blood Tether now offers scaling with the number of bleeds on the target, making it a very potent ailment for single target damage. Tethers an enemy. Drawing blood from them to deal physical damage over time deals 1% more damage per bleed on the target. 3% of damage dealt is leached as health. An enemy cannot have more than one tether at a time. Tethers last 3 seconds. Okay, so you have to really focus on the bleeding, I guess. Added damage is applied at 200% effectiveness per second. Bro, is this skill gonna be like a boss melter? Sounds like a boss melter to me. Carnage. With Carnage, you can now combine Ripblood with Marrow Shards, getting more bang for your buck against both pack of enemies and bosses. When you directly use Ripblood and hit a boss or rare enemy, or hit at least 3 enemies, you cast Marrow Shards in the same direction. Marrow Shards still consumes health when cast this way. Ooh. Interesting. Necromancer, Summon Abomination. For those who truly enjoy bringing things back from the dead or creating from the undead, we have updated Necromancer's Assemble Abomination ability. By far, the biggest change to Abomination has been the changed base functionality, where it no longer decays health over time by default. Assemble Abomination, hold ability key to channel to absorb your wraiths, summoned skeletons, skeletal mages, golems, and volatile zombies in an area. When you summon a single hulking abomination with added health and more damage per minion absorbed. The abomination remembers the minions absorbed to create it and will rapidly devour those minions to restore 10% of its maximum health. Press A to give your minions an attack command. Bro, this sounds like a... Okay, so this is going to be like a big blast, I guess. So you're going to, like, take all your minions and kind of, like, create a big blast. The abomination now also, remembers the minions it was assembled from. Whenever those kinds of minions are available, the abomination will devour them to restore its health. It will not devour other players' minions though, so you will be safe as a minion player playing alongside an abomination. Okay. Well, your minions won't be consumed anyways. Okay. Tower of Bones. Okay, what's this? With Tower of Bones, your abomination's Stomp ability will have a shorter cooldown, scaling the damage and area of Stomp with each bone golem absorbed. By default, you may only be able to have one bone golem at a time, though there are ways to get many more, synergizing with this new node. Okay. Interesting. Deadeye. If a skeletal archer... Okay, hold on. If a skeletal archer is absorbed, your abomination casts Eternal Arrow every 4 seconds, a bow ability that deals physical damage and has 100% chance to recurve. Your abomination gains additional bow damage per point of your intelligence. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Another abomination node, Deadeye, utilizes skeletal archer's powers to cast Eternal Arrow with a 100% chance to recurve. By also offering added damage per intelligence, this node also grants a way to add considerable amounts of added damage, which is normally quite scarce to come by. Various new skill tree nodes and adjustments to others will allow you to assemble the abomination to your liking. Go forth, discover, and create the ultimate monstrosity. Bro, I like the sound of this. I do like the sound of this. Lich. Okay, so now we're in the Lich Mastery here. Aura of Decay. Aura of Decay is a skill that once lived in the limelight before becoming forgotten behind the stage. We are giving Aura of Decay a number of powerful changes to bring it back as a strong option in the Lich's toolkit. Aura of Decay. Toggles Aura of Decay, which poisons your enemy every second and leaves a trail of decay. Enemies near you or in the trail are poisoned 4 times a second, and your chance to poison on hit applies to each of these instances at 40% effectiveness. While Aura of Decay is active, you take 30% less poison damage. Additionally, you take 50% less damage from your own Aura of Decay. Bro. Lich. The Lich is starting to sound good, my dudes. So, to be honest, like, up until this point, I've kind of, like, felt that Last Epoch is kind of, like, still in, like, in development. But I mean, like, changes like this, and, like, huge changes like this, I mean, really makes me feel like we are moving in the right freaking direction, my dudes. Oh my god. With the rebalanced Aura of Decay, you now take 30% less poison damage from all sources from 50%. However, you also take 50% less damage from your own Aura of Decay. This is multiplicative, with the less poison damage taken from all sources. Overall, this means you'll be taking less damage from your own Aura of Decay at a baseline, at the cost of being a bit less resilient against enemy poisons. Okay. Damage conversion. So damage conversion remains a strong node choice to allow for synergy across different skills, items, and passives. Aura of Decay is no different, and now offers new methods to convert its damage type. Blood Font. Aura of Decay is converted to physical, inflicting bleed instead of poison. Your chance to inflict bleed applies to Aura of Decay at 30% effectiveness. All of its effects related to poison and poison resistance are converted to bleed and physical resistance. Effects from Aura of Decay, which granted less poison damage taken, instead grant less physical damage over time taken. Swaps Aura of Decay's poison tag for a physical tag. Bro, this is interesting. It gets my brain, you know, like, really, like, cooking here, you know? Because this is cool, because if you're, like, missing, let's say that you have a ton of like, poison resistance, and you have, like, too little physical, like, changing this decay, Aura of Decay, to physical instead of poison, I mean, it can be a huge difference, right? It can be a huge difference. Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Armor Bane has been replaced with Blood Font. This converts Aura of Decay to physical, inflicting bleed instead of poison. All of Aura of Decay's effects related to poison and poison resistance are converted to bleed and physical resistance. Yes, interesting. What's this? Cold Death. Aura of Decay is converted to cold, inflicting frostbite instead of poison. Your chance to inflict frostbite applies to Aura of Decay at 40% effectiveness. All of its effects related to poison and poison resistance are converted to frostbite and cold resistance. Effects from Aura of Decay, which granted less poison damage taken, instead grants less cold damage over time taken. Yeah, so it's pretty much the same. It's just for cold, right? So it's not for physical, but it's for cold. Icarian Poison has been replaced with Cold Death. Yeah. Converts Aura of Decay to cold, inflicting frostbite instead of poison. Yeah, we got this. Okay. What's this? Putrid Bombs. While an Aura of Decay is active, when using a traversal skill or evade, you leave behind a Putrid Bomb. Putrid Bombs explode after 1 second delay and poisons all enemies they hit. Oh my god. Okay. So Putrid Bombs has been reworked. Previously, Putrid Bombs caused you to leave behind a Putrid Bomb every 2 seconds, while Aura of Decay was active. With the rework, while Aura of Decay is active, you leave behind a Putrid Bomb whenever you use a traversal skill or evade. Putrid Bombs now explode after 1 second delay from 2 seconds, and now have 250% effectiveness of your chance to poison on hit. From 25% increased poison effect and 100% increased duration. Oh my god, okay. Okay, so what's this? Fester? While Aura of Decay... Okay, hold on. While Aura of Decay is active and you are stationary, you gain 2 stacks of Fester per second, up to a maximum. You lose 2 stacks per second while moving. Fester grants you active Aura of Decay more damage per stack, multiplicative with other modifiers. Okay, interesting. Okay, so Fester is a new node added in Loathing's old position. While Loathing has been moved, while stationary with Aura of Decay active, you gain 2 stacks. Yeah, okay, we know this. Fester grants you active Aura of Decay 6% more damage per stack. You will also find additional nodes behind Fester, granting further power for the risk of standing in place. Oh my god. Okay, so we got some passive changes. Bro, this is a lot. So, this was a lot. Like, yesterday, it was not a lot. But today, bro, this was a lot. This was a lot. Like, I'm gonna have to digest this. Okay, but moving on to more stuff here, my dudes. Passive changes. Alongside a new skill and many skill changes, the Acolyte is also receiving a number of new and rebalanced passive nodes. Today we will be sharing just 5 of these changes coming in Season 3. However, there are many more changes to have fun with Beneath Ancient Skies. Executioner. You can dual-wield melee weapons by equipping a dagger or an axe in your offhand. While dual-wielding, you have increased attack and cast speed, but you take more damage. Bro, that's interesting. So it seems like they are trying to make like the Necromancer more like flickering, or make it more like Sumi, right? Very interesting. Executioner is a new node available to the Lich after spending 25 points in the Lich tree. Yeah. Being able to dual wield grants Lich a host of new build opportunities, as well as now being able to match the Reaper form visual style. Other dual wields nodes in other classes will also be receiving this treatment, being adjusted to 8% increased damage taken and granting increased attack and cast speed. Bro, this is a huge change. Like this, that's gonna be like a huge change, I think, to like the general freaking gameplay. Okay, accursed feat. Not accursed feat. Accursed feast. Okay. Don't go crazy out there, all my feet people. No. Accursed feast is a new node replacing the old corrosive consciousness passive. Accursed feast grants 6% of damage leached as health, 66% increased health leech, and 66% increased leech rate. But leech stacks drop off when you reach 66% health instead of 100%. If you manage to find a way to prevent your health from reaching 66%, such as with another Lich passive, you can prevent Leech stacks from ever falling off early. Bro. Impact Ward. Impact Ward is being added, replacing Symbol of Decay. It grants 3% less damage over time taken per point, and has a 3-point threshold bonus, which grants the passive effect all damage over time taken bypasses Ward. This offers a unique way to interact with Ward, and makes use of Health Leech and Hybrid Health Pool, while still leveraging ward to absorb hits. Bro, there is even more. Bro, I should have brought my tent and my sleeping bag for this. Okay, let's dive into this. Necromancer, Forbidding Teachings. Forbidding Teachings is a new node in the old position of the moved Blades of the Forlorn passive. This new passive grants +1 intelligence and +1 vitality per point. It has a 3-point threshold bonus, which grants 1% increased minion critical strike chance per intelligence and 1% more minion damage over time per vitality. Why doesn't... who doesn't like more scaling vectors? Well, I like it. I like it. Effigies. Effigies has been reworked. Previously, effigies would grant you a chance to consume a minion, stealing its health for yourself when you take a hit with a low health. It now grants 2% of damage taken redirected to your lowest health minion per point. It also provides a 3-point threshold bonus, which grants the passive effect when one of your minions dies, your other minions restore health equals to 20% of its maximum health. Now your minions can be meat shields, whether they want it or not. I mean, we are actually controlling them, right? So like, I mean, we should have the option to tell them what the heck to do, right? Or what task to perform, right? Closing. The College of Welrin will not be happy. Not that we care much. We are here for the dark and forbidden knowledge, after all. A new season is a call for celebration, a reason to reconnect with old friends and construct new ones. If the Acolyte makes it easier to do that, then who are we to stop you? Thank you for joining us for day 3 of Hype Season 3 Hype Week. Tune in tomorrow for day 4, where where we will cover some of the Beastmaster minion changes, quality of life updates, and minion AI updates. Bro, this Hype Day 3, or day 3 of the Hype Week for Season 3, bro, this was beefy. And it was really beefy when it comes to like the the Necromancer changes. Or the Acolyte changes. Bro, this is beefy. Like, I might have to actually read this again, like when I start Season 3, if I'm, gonna be focusing on the Acolyte. Whatever, my dudes. This is Mounts of Fairy Tales. Bro, what was this? Bro, this was so much information. So much information. Like, I really, really hope it's gonna transfer, like, in reality, like, in the gameplay. I really hope it's gonna, like, transfer as good as it freaking sounds. That's gonna be it. I'm Mounts and Fairy Tales. You are you. I hope you are hyped. I mean, this day 3 got me hyped. It actually got me hyped. Like, day 1 got me hyped. Day 2 was like a little dip. Day 3, bro, we're back on the freaking hype train. Okay, my dudes, I hope to see you tomorrow for Hype Week Day 4. I'm Mounts and Fairy Tales. You are you. If you like this video, consider hitting me up with a like. If you want to see more content like this, consider giving me a sub. Okay, my dudes, that's gonna be it. I hope to see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching.